You've got questions and I have answers. First thing I'm going to do is go through all of the eyebrow techniques. The first technique is microblading, where we're creating a hair stroke look in your skin with a handheld tool. This is a beautiful technique. It's a very subtle technique and it heals very soft and naturally. The next technique is powder brows. Powder brows are basically a soft filled brow. It mimics soft makeup. It looks very natural and soft, but it also gives good coverage. So if someone is looking for something a little bit more denser than the microblading, then I would recommend powder for them. I also like powder because it is less invasive in the skin than microblading is. Next technique is nano brows. Nano brows are a hair stroke look where we're still creating the hair strokes, but it's with a machine. The strokes tend to be a little bit thicker, they are more pixelated, and also there is more spacing between the strokes. So this is a good technique for those who have oily skin or whose skin is not quite the perfect candidate for microblading. And then we have combination brows, where you're taking the best of both worlds and combining a hair stroke look with powder shading to kind of give a denser effect. It still looks really beautiful and natural, but you're getting the best of both worlds. Which technique should you choose? It really depends on what your goals are and how your skin is. So when I am making a recommendation to you about what technique, it is always based on what's going to look the most natural and what is best for your skin. When you come in for your appointment, I take the time to really evaluate your skin and I evaluate your existing brow and then your goals. With that, I usually make 2 recommendations for techniques and then we talk about the pros and cons of each before we move forward. Next thing that sometimes people ask is how long do these eyebrows last? And the eyebrows last anywhere from 18 months to 2 years. So about a year and a half to 2 years before you should come back to have a color boost. They will fade over time, so it's important for you to come back for a color boost. Some people are curious if this procedure hurts, if it involves pain. The procedure is very low on the pain scale, so that means that at worst it'll be about a 2 or a 3. I do numb you before and during the procedure, so most times people really don't feel much, and if they do, it's just at the very beginning and then it subsides. How long does the procedure take? When you come for your appointment that day, you can expect to spend about 2 hours with me. The first thing that we're doing is we're going through a thorough consultation together. After the consultation, I'll be drawing your eyebrows, we're going to be selecting a color, and finally discussing a technique. Once we get through all of that, I start working on your brows, and that takes me about an hour. After that, we will close out and we'll book your appointment for your follow-up. The follow-up appointment is 6 to 10 weeks later. So once we book your follow-up appointment, we'll discuss aftercare and I will answer any questions that you have before you go. How long does it take to heal? The brows take visually about 10 days to heal, but it will be 4 weeks before you see the actual healed results showing through. So visually at first they look darker and then they will have a peeling and flaking phase. After they peel and flake, then they will be very light in color. And then finally at 4 weeks post-procedure, you will see the color pop out and it'll look beautiful. At that time, your brows are fully healed. And then at 6 weeks, you'll come back for a follow-up visit. At the follow-up, what we do is evaluate the healed result and make any adjustments that are needed. We usually need to add more color and make them a little bit darker. Is this procedure safe? A lot of people have that question about whether having this done is safe. And the answer is, if you go to a place that has very strict sanitary guidelines, that follows strict protocols, a place that has good quality pigments, We carry the best quality pigments. We have a very high standard of cleanliness and sanitation. The tools that are touching your skin are disposable, and we use new needles for each individual. We are also licensed professionals. That means that we have gone through a process of becoming certified and licensed, and we take your health very seriously. How do you select a color? The color that I recommend for you is based on how your current brows look and also your skin tone and undertones. So when I'm making a color recommendation, I'm always very conservative because I believe that you can always darken the brows, but it's much more difficult to lighten them once the color has already been placed in the skin. So I recommend that we move in a conservative manner and apply a color, and after you've seen how that color has healed, then at that time you can let me know if you want them darker at the follow-up, and at that time we will make them darker. I have had unsatisfactory microblading somewhere else, and the question is, can I fix it? The answer to this question is that everything is on a case-by-case basis. That means that I truly need to see your eyebrows in pictures. So you have to submit pictures of your current eyebrows beforehand so that I can actually take a look at it and determine if I can work over your brows and make them better. If I can, then I will take you on as a new client. If I feel that removal is a better option for you, then I will recommend you to a company for laser removal. And once you've had the brows lightened enough for me to work over, I will then go over your brow and give you a beautiful eyebrow that you won't have to correct or fix later. Do I need a consultation before booking? If you'd like to book a consultation, you are more than welcome to book a FaceTime call with me where we can talk and I can answer any of your specific questions. I do recommend that you review the FAQ on our website as well because that may help answer a lot of your questions. What to expect when you come in to our appointment. The first thing you can expect is to be greeted with professionalism and a smile, and I will welcome you into Browstetics. I'm going to draw the eyebrows out according to your bone structure. That's step one. So after I draw the brows out, I then show them to you for your approval. And just to let you know, I don't draw what I think looks good, and I don't draw a trendy brow. What I draw for you is what should be on your face, okay? We all have a custom eyebrow that suits us, and that's what I'm going to create for you. I don't use any stencils when I'm drawing your eyebrow because I'm drawing the eyebrow that is 100% custom for your bone structure and your facial anatomy. There's a lot of things that I take into consideration when I'm drawing the eyebrow. I'm looking at your facial anatomy, the symmetry or asymmetry in your face, your muscle movements, and also your bone structure. After I've drawn that brow out, I'll show it to you, and you can either approve of the brow drawing or you can make the adjustments that you'd like. Once we pass that stage, we enter stage 2. At stage 2, we are selecting a color together. I'm going to make a color recommendation to you that's going to heal soft, naturally, something that's conservative that we can always darken in the future if you'd like to go darker. And then, once we've discussed the shape, color, the next step is technique. I will make a technique recommendation for you. I usually recommend 2 techniques and you can choose from there. I will walk you through the pros and cons of each and always go with what's best for your skin and what will heal the most naturally on you. After I make the technique recommendation, we then begin the process. When you're ready to book your appointment, you can visit www.browstetics.com to book your appointment with me. If you still have questions, you can also book a complimentary phone call consultation, also available at the website. I look forward to creating your dream brows.